Assalamu alaikum dear students, hope you are fine by the grace of Almighty Allah. Welcome to NIEVS Home School. I am Sabreena Hoque, Assistant Teacher of Science, National Ideal English Version School, Deshik. Dear student, today I am going to take a biology class for class 9 student on the based on chapter 1, and this is the second part of this chapter. Dear students, take your textbook and open page number 6 and follow the class with your textbook. Dear students, let us start for our today's topic. The name of the chapter is Lesson on Life, and this is our second part of this chapter. Today we will start from classification of living beings. About 4 million different plant species and 13 million of animal species have been named and described till today. Dear students, underline this line. This number is not yet final because the more and more new species are being added to it almost every day. It is assumed that the number will reach a crore in future when the description of all the organisms will be ended. A large number of organisms are needed to be grouped systematically to know, understand and learn them in an easy manner. Many years back, natural scientists felt the necessity to classify living world. Now come to the next page. Following a natural system from this necessity, a distinct branch of biology, taxonomy, has emerged. The main aim of classification is to know the vast and diverse living world accurately and classify them quickly and easily. Underline this portion, this part is so much important. The contribution of Swedish naturalist Carolus Linnaeus in the field of taxonomy is worth mentioning. Underline the Carolus Linnaeus name and his lifetime too. In 1735, he received his doctoral degree in medicine from the University of Uppsala. Underline this line too, because this will become in MCQ part. And in 1741, he was appointed professor of anatomy in the same university. It was the main field of his intense interest of classifying organisms from his botanical and zoological observation that he assembled from his many expeditions. He classified living world into two kingdoms, plant and animals. And now the aim of classification. The aim of classification is to acquire knowledge of the groups and subgroups of organisms, to maintain documentation of the accumulated information systematically, to present the knowledge concisely and to take steps to identify the organism and be cautious to conserve the useful organism for the well-being of living world. Mark this whole para. This is too much important for you. Mark in your book. Now we are coming to the living world. From the time of Carolus Linnaeus up to the middle of the 20th century, all living organisms were classified in one of the two kingdoms, animals and plants. With the progress of science, on the basis of data collection from time to time, for instance, the type of DNA and RNA in a cell, features and numbers of the cell in the living body, and mode of nutrition that a cell adopt, a 5-kingdom classification was proposed by R.S. Whitaker. Whittaker, then underline this name, and in 1969 then Margolis included a modified and expanded form of Whittaker classification in 1974. Underline this line too. She divided the whole living world into 2 super kingdoms and grouped the 5 kingdoms under these 2 super kingdoms. Now come to the Margolis classification. First, there is the living world. That living world is divided into 2 super kingdoms. First one is prokaryote, second one is eukaryote. Then first prokaryote is divided into 1 kingdom only, that is Monera. We have learned about Monera in class 7 science book. Now come to the next one. Then super kingdom eukaryote divided into 4 kingdoms. Kingdom 2 is Protista, then kingdom 3 is fungi, kingdom 4 is plantae, and kingdom 5 is animalia. Dear student, today we will discuss up to kingdom 4, and in our next class we will discuss on kingdom 5, that means animalia. Now come to the super kingdom 1, that is prokaryote. Dear students, these are primitive prokaryotic and microscopic unicellular organism. Underline this total line. Now included only this super kingdom has only 1 kingdom, that is Monera. Characteristics of Monera: these are mostly unicellular, filamentous. Then what is filament? Here is written about the filament. Filament is constituted by vertically connected cell one after another, or colonial. That means they can write separately and they can stay in colonies. Then though chromatin materials is present, there is no nuclear membrane or nucleus in their cells, no plastid, mitochondria, endoplasmic reticuli and there, but ribosome is present. The cell divided through a process of binary fission. And their chief mode of nutrition is absorption. Dear student, here in their cell ribosome is present and they divided their cell into binary fission, and their chief mode of nutrition is absorption. You have to remember these all things. And bacteria and nostoc are the nostoc means blue green algae, that all are the examples are kingdom Monera. Now come to the next super kingdom, that is eukaryote. These are eukaryotic, that means well structured nucleus, which animal or which plant, which living organism have well structured nucleus, they are called eukaryotic. Then unicellular or multicellular and live individually or in a colonial form. Now come to the next kingdom, that means kingdom 2, Protista. Characteristics of Protista: they are unicellular or multicellular, individual, colonial or filamentous, and the nuclei in their cell are well structured. Their cell contain nuclear materials covered by a nuclear membrane. In the chromatin materials there is DNA, RNA and protein. All types of cell organelles are present. Their mode of nutrition are absorption, ingestion and or photosynthesis. That means in these 3 processes they can follow any 1 or 2. They accomplish their asexual and sexual reproduction by process of mitosis and conjugation. Then respectively no embryo is divided in them. Examples: amoeba, paramecium and algae, that means diatom and spirogyra. There is the picture of amoeba and diatom, that are the examples of Protista. Now come to the kingdom 3, that means fungi. Characteristics: most of them are terrestrial, saprophytic or parasitic. Their body is constituted of a single cell or mycelium. That means the nucleus is well organized, the cell wall is composed of chitin. Students, underline this line, and saprophytic and parasitic, underline this part. Their mode of nutrition is absorption, because they don't have the chlorophyll, they can't make their own food. That's why they absorb food from others. That's why they are saprophytic and or parasitic. The photosynthesis apparatus chloroplast is absent. They reproduce by haploid spores, and their cells divided through mitotic cell division. Underline these haploid spores and mitotic cell division. The examples of fungi is yeast, paramecium, mushroom, etc. Come to the next kingdom, that means kingdom 4, that is plantae. The characteristics, they are photosynthetic and eukaryotic. Advanced, underline these 2 words. Advanced tissue system are found in them. They developed embryos and diploid stage starts from it. That means from this kingdom we got the diploid stage. They are mostly terrestrial, but there are also many aquatic species in this kingdom. Their sexual reproduction is anisogynous, and that means the sexual reproduction which is happened by union of structurally and physically different gametes. Underline this part. What is the definition of anisogynous? Now come to the division of plantae are shown in the chart. Here the chart of plantae. First is moss. Then firstly come it moss, then fern, then gymnosperm, and come to last one, that is angiosperm. Dear students, next day we will discuss about the kingdom Animalia, and we will with that we will discuss about the classification and the nomenclature of the animal. Now come to the animal and plants. Now come to your homework. This is your homework number 1. You have to make 5 MCQ. Which part I have discussed today. From that part you have to make 5 MCQ with 4 options, and you have to put tick mark on correct options. Now you have to submit the homework on Saturday from 9 AM to 3 PM. Dear students, I have finished my today's topic. Hope you have understood. Keep practicing, do the homework and submit it regularly. Stay safe, stay home. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.